Hi, welcome back to Prepping in Progress. This is going to be a very special episode. I'm Steve,
And I'm Kim.
and today we're going to be talking about what exactly?
Skills USA, because that's where I've been all week.
We want to apologize for the brief hiatus we were on.
Yeah, to say we didn't mean for it to consume so much of our time that we weren't able to upload, but we're back now. I'm back now, and something really cool happened while I was gone, and we didn't get to really celebrate it too much, so we want to go yay. We hit 1,000 subscribers while I was gone, and
We want to thank each and
Wow.
every one of you.
y'all really do listen when we say like and subscribe, so that's awesome. So if you stay towards the end of the video, we're going to be doing a giveaway as a celebration for hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark. So thank y'all guys so much. And for our new subscribers, welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel. Today we're going to be, like I said, diving into Skills USA and what I've kind of learned doing this as it applies to prepping.
So let's get on with the skills.
Cool intro time. Okay, guys, like I said, I competed in Skills USA Nationals this past week. And I don't know if many of you are familiar what Skills USA is. It's a competition, goes from state levels. Some people have regional levels and then up to national levels. That's where I was at today, or this past week, was at regionals. Nationals, sorry.
Nationals.
But the principles of Skills USA is for secondary and post-secondary students to compete in a trade that they're learning. There is a broad range of competitions, anywhere from the more soft skills such as hospitality, customer service.
Well, I thought I saw someone medaled in job interviewing.
Yeah, to say they work with kids on how to properly not only perform a job interview, but also how to give a job interview in order to get them ready for management skills and things like that.
Okay.
But there's also more of the hard trade skills such as plumbing and carpentry, welding. What I competed in was CNC turning, which you had turning, you had milling, you had technicians who did both. It was really a wide variety of skills, and to see so many young people, and I say young people, I'm trying to include myself in that, but think high school all the way up to college age, and college age can vary quite a bit. There was people closer to my age up there, a few, but there's a lot of kids that have been...
She's not that old.
I went to college a lot later, I went to trade school a lot later in life, but I was glad to see there was people my age, but most of them were for young people, like I said, competing from the high school level all the way up through. Anybody who is still enrolled as a student in college can compete. Now
you competed in the nationals this
Yes.
last week. What did you have to do to get there?
I had to win gold in my state, which I did that a few months back.
Right.
A lot of you probably may have saw or not saw. We posted it on our Facebook page when I won gold at state. Placed first in the state of Arkansas, competing in, like I said, CNC turning. Arkansas being a little bit smaller of a state, we didn't have as broad a range of competitions, but we did have a lot of hard skills, or welding competition, or machining competitions, plumbing, electricians. All that were all competing in Arkansas, and whoever wins gold in their state gets to go to nationals.
Okay. Now, you are going to have to do a information retraction. I have been telling everyone that there were only 40 states that were going to be competing, and she was, 1 in 40 chance of winning. Da 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 da. Only 40 states out of 50.
That was the assumption I was under.
How many places actually competed in Skills USA?
Every
year?
single state was there and represented that I saw. Every single state was represented, plus the U.S. territories, the Virgin Islands. Puerto Rico was there in stride. I loved it. They were like flying the Puerto Rican flag. They were loving it. The only U.S. territory I think that wasn't able to come was Guam. because they weren't able to get the funds to be able to fly their students all the way from Guam, which they're working on that hopefully here soon. There's a lot of scholarships opportunities for travel, so hopefully Guam can hopefully make it back, but it varies from state to state because not all states have the same competitions.
Right.
So there wouldn't be all the states competing necessarily in CNC turning.
Okay.
Because they may not have that competition in their state to be able to send a gold medal winner, or their gold medal winner may have decided not to come. So there was 21 people competing just in my competition, but there was 40 people competing in the competition next to me. So does that make sense? Where it's kind of goes. Yeah.
Okay, so you've got gold in the
Mhm.
state. You've moved up to national level.
Yes.
What did your competition consist of?
Oh, it was really, really tough. It was a lot tougher than our state competition, which what was I thought was hard enough, but we had to do a 150 quiz on GD&T, which is geometric dimensioning and tolerancing. And it's a lot of trigonometry and math and that goes into creating a part. So very difficult. 150, it took us 2 hours to do the quiz. From that, we had to move to actually program a part.
I would just like to cut in here for 1 second. Stephen made it through high school, GED'd at 16, went to college, and got stuck with the football players for math, took general algebra, statistics, and never touched math again. So as she starts talking trig, if you see a blank look,
well, I won't get into
this is the number person on the team, and nope.
Well, okay, but it is a skill to be able to be really good at math and knowing geometry and trigonometry and things like that when you're making parts. Like we went on to do, we got a blueprint.
Okay.
And it gave us all of our tolerances that we were supposed to have, and we had to
What's a tolerance?
pretty much what the allowance is on how big or small a part can be.
Okay.
So if it's 2 inches, you may have a tolerance of plus or minus 10 thousandths.
Okay. Okay.
And so it gives you some little wiggle room, but not much.
So you're not dealing in inches and feet for your wiggle room. You're dealing in
Thousandths of an inch.
of an inch. Okay.
So yeah, we're given our blueprints and what we're allowed to work and what we're supposed to build, and so we have to go onto a simulator and actually manually write out the program to cut the part out. And if the program runs, they'll actually cut your part right there at nationals.
Did you get to keep the part?
No, I did. They didn't get around. They had, like I said, so many people that they didn't get all of them cut before we left. I know, right? And so it happens. It's okay. They've got one machine running, and like I said, there is a lot of people competing.
Okay.
Like I said, but it's all after we get done with writing our program. We had 2 hours to write an entire program. Yeah. It was pretty complicated. Lots of math going into it to know where everything went. After we got done with that, we had to do an interview style, kind of a job interview, but not really a job interview. It was just more to see our way of thinking and communication skills and things like that. On what are some teamwork skills that you have learned? Just some basic questions. After we were done with that, we had to do a measuring test. We were given this wide variety of measuring devices, and we were given a part that we had to measure out and write down what we got on our measuring parts, and so
Gotcha.
and if they were lined up. And so that was the entire competition, and very difficult. It started at 8 a.m. and we weren't done till 4 o'clock that afternoon. We had a brief lunch with
There
a
you go.
sandwich. And so,
Now you've told us about your division.
yeah.
And we've talked about a little bit of what some of the other divisions were. So were these people building a house and
Kind of, yeah. So you had people that were. I'm going to see if I've got some pictures of people. I'm going to try to pop in some stuff that they were doing. The electricians had to. They were given like boxes, and they had to actually go in and wire everything. Yeah, hands-on skills. The plumbers had to go and plumb a wall.
oh wow.
Yeah, the carpenters had to build a wall. The masonry guys had to build with bricks.
Oh,
I mean,
fun.
it was hands-on, actual, not just theoretical stuff. They had to actually demonstrate their skills that they were learning. And it was really neat. When I got a chance to, I walked around the entire competition to be able to see what everybody was doing, and it was really, really cool. And that's kind of what I wanted to get into with this, is to see these young people, thousands, I mean thousands, we're talking anywhere from 50, I mean like 20 to 50 in a competition, and there was a laundry list of competitions. Yeah, there was some states that had over 100 people coming from that state. Our state had about 50 coming from our state, roughly. I don't have the exact numbers, but just judging for how many people were there that I saw.
And these are the high school
High school and second, yeah,
and college
and
competitors.
college, yes. And it was so amazing to see these, I say young people because it was mostly young people, competing in hard skills like that. And I know a lot of people gripe, oh, this generation's this generation's that. I got to see a wonderful display of young people working on building hands-on skills that will follow them for the rest of their life and really contribute to closing skills gaps and to building up a wonderful foundation for the next generation of working people. And it was wonderful to see. I absolutely love it, and it really kind of faith in humanity restored type thing to see people really enthusiastic about their trade, really just going at it and being thrilled and excited, and when they get up there to win their medal and everything, being overwhelmed. And it was so heartening. I totally want to go back next year. I've got to take a couple more classes at school in order to go, and I totally want to do it again. I'm like, give me another shot. I can do it.
Send me in, coach.
Send me in, coach. I can do it.
Okay, so let's, the economy lasts. Everything, stays somewhat level.
Yeah.
Would Skills USA and this type of program be something you would recommend a prepper with teenage kids in high school get involved with for adding to the skill set?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you have young people, especially if you can get them started in high school, that are interested in the trades, that are interested, and it could be any trade. Check out your local Skills USA. If they don't have a chapter there at your high school, make one.
Okay.
There is tons of grants out there in order to start a chapter. And even if you don't have a chapter, you can still apply to go compete at state level.
Cool. I'm having an idea. Boyd Craven, Lisa Akers, we need a character in one of your books who goes to Skills USA and then the world collapses. So I've given you the plot for your next book.
Hey,
unfortunately, you can't use it now because I've said it. But no, seriously.
And they get together with all the other kids that have a bunch of skills and they got to get home. It's a great movie plot, right?
This actually could be interesting.
Like I said, to see all these young people and really super knowledgeable, smart kids creating things. We had, like I said, welders out there going from just practical structural welding to artistic welding, and depending on what they wanted to compete in. And it was so great to see that and to see people building up their skill set. And it inspired me, because I was already inspired to join the skills, to join the trades, but I'm like, I want to learn that. I want to learn that, And so I really encourage people to really look into other skill sets that might expand what they may already know.
Keep in mind that how all of this started. We were sitting around the house one day and working on our preps and gardening and doing the home things.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I really would like to have a better post-apocalyptic skill set. Go to the community college. So she does. She walks in. What you got? They said, well, we got welding.
So I started with welding.
And so she started with welding. And then she ends up in the milling, turning, lathing.
There was a lot of crossover, and I saw them doing that. I'm like, that looks cool. Can I take that as an elective?
And then she turned out with 2 degrees, one in each. And she's wanting to go
I've never
back
looked
for
back.
more.
I do. Just because the industry is changing so much, you've got to really stay on top of things. There's robotics that you can learn that will apply to machining. It's constantly growing. It's constantly changing. We learn on a 2-axis lathe. They are moving to 5-axis machines that can literally move in any direction.
But if everything shuts down, you can still perform it manually.
We do learn on the manual lathes and manual mills, and we could make things that are needed to rebuild manufacturing from the ground level with a manual lathe and manual mills. And learning those hard skills as a foundation to going into the more advanced stuff that they have going on right now, I think is great and wonderful, and I really want to explore that further.
Okay.
But I also want to encourage other people and other preppers, your skill sets. They're going to be constantly evolving, whatever those skill sets may be. I don't want people to get stuck in, well, these are my skills, and this is what I have to offer, and that's it. Because I was that way when we first started prepping. I'm like, I know how to can, and I know how to do this, and I know how to do that, and these are my skill sets. And I realized I've got plenty of time to learn more.
And to piggyback on that, I'm going to throw out, guys, that silence is a great skill. Listening is a great skill.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also going to find out that something you did 20 years ago that you never thought of as a skill, that you thought had gone by the wayside, suddenly is a skill that has come back. This weekend we had a prepper group get together,
Mm-hmm.
and I showed up a little bit early. I'll tell you about the Jeep problems later. But hey, what can I do to help? Well, hop in the kitchen. It's an industrial kitchen like what I cooked in college, okay? And the next thing I know, I'm running 2-3 pots on the stove and washing dishes and watching the stove and doing this and that. Guys, I haven't done that in 20 years. It was fun.
You're having flashbacks, huh?
Yeah, and
Steve was a line cook in college.
Line cook, sous chef. Well, that was a position held. I wasn't a licensed sous chef. I ran the omelet bar. I did all these things in this kitchen. Shoot, I repaired things and kept it going with
duct tape and zip ties.
Rubber bands and paper clips.
And prayers.
Yes. If we're ever camping, guys, and you use one of those butane stoves, the single canister, get with me. I can make it work. That's a skill. Anyway, seriously, you're talking about expanding into the future skills. Also remember that the things that you did 20 years ago that you may have forgotten can come back and be something you can do.
Definitely. I actually really enjoyed watching the culinary competitions because those guys were just whipping it up like crazy, and I got to thinking, that's a real skill. It's one thing for us to go and cook dinner for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing if you have a community that you are trying to support.
Yeah.
And you have dedicated people who are cooks for that community that know how to cook for 30 or more people.
Yeah. Bulk cooking is
a whole nother ball game that may be something you can look into as a skill. Because it is more than just doubling up on whatever you have or tripling up on, a common recipe. There is real skill that goes into bulk cooking and knowing how much to cook for a large group.
and soaking your freeze-dried hash browns for X number of hours to get X number of pounds of potatoes for 30 people can be.
And
I
so,
hate math.
but learning from people who may have worked in large restaurants with buffets and things like that, that is a real skill that if you have a community group or even just a large extended family that you plan on bringing into your location, that is a great skill to have. Keep brushed up on it, keep expanding on it, learning how to work from meals from scratch and how to make meals expand down to a lot bigger, to cover more people with a little fewer ingredients, how to make them bulk up and everything. And so, but we're kind of going off on a tangent.
We didn't say it in the intro that we wanted to talk about skills as skills, but we had that in the back of our head, and we have segued quite well from your awesome time at Skills USA. She placed 11th in the nation.
I'm going for gold next year.
Going for gold. But no, you took us from Skills USA like you wanted to into skills in general for you, for your team, for your future.
Yeah.
And that's something we want you guys to really think about, not just what you can learn, what you have learned, and what you have to offer a team and a group.
Well, not only offer a team and a group, because skills have more value than almost anything else in the world, and to me. And it should be right up there with beans, bullets, and band-aids. I guess you can figure out a way to put some kind of skills word at the end of it, because skills have an inherent value.
Yeah.
Where you can take them anywhere, whether you're dealing with an economic collapse, complete post-apocalyptic world without rule of law, SHTF beyond, or just layoffs.
Yeah.
Having a backup skill, having something to fall back on, where you're working maybe in an office job, but in the back of your mind, you still know how to run that lathe.
Yeah.
You still know how to run a kitchen. Many other skills. You still know how to plumb. I know there's licensing and things like that with different things, but it wouldn't be that hard to bounce back into a skill set.
Yeah.
Even though you really, really like that job that you're at, something may happen where that, the company shuts down or bad economic collapse happened and that sector is, I know a lot of real estate agents got hit really, really hard in 2009 with that bubble. And a lot of them didn't have any other skill sets to fall back on that could have helped them through those economic times. And so hard times doesn't necessarily have to be the end of the world as we know it. Skills have an innate value. Just to me, more so than actual currency.
Yeah.
A skilled laborer who, not just a grunt worker, not just somebody who is pointed and showed up, but somebody who knows their trade.
Your factory just outside of Conway gets flooded. You can walk down the street and turn that skill into a financial stability again until the factory gets cleaned out.
If you're a welder and there's no welding jobs at the moment, I don't know a single welder that can't go into their own garage and start making stuff right there.
Okay.
It's a skill set, whatever it may be, always has intrinsic value.
Okay.
And that's what I want to get across. Right up there, and y'all can help me out what to call it. Beans, bullets, band-aids, and then something with skills at the very end.
Super skills.
Bondsman or something at the very end. But something, it should be right up there with the other things that we prep for.
Yeah.
Because when you come into a group, that's probably one of the first things you get asked. What do you do?
What can you do?
What can you do? What do you do? And they're going to think, how does that apply to my group?
And your answer, well, I can do a little bit of everything. Well, what is everything? I weld, I cook, I garden, I do concrete things, is a much better answer than,
I'm a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Master of none. I want some masters. I need some masters of at least one. I'm good with jack of all trades, they're great, but can you be at least a master of one and you really know that? And if you don't know that, find something that you're really interested in and get really good at that.
Gotcha.
Because I will take a master of a skill over somebody that kind of knows what I'm looking at.
It's the
Anyway.
principle of letting in the trauma surgeon versus 4 medics.
Yeah. I'd take one trauma surgeon in a heartbeat that really, really intensively knows his trade. Same thing if I can take a guy, well, I kind of know electrical stuff, to somebody who is a master electrician, has been doing it for 30 years.
Okay.
In a heartbeat. But we're going to wrap this up because we got to get to the giveaway we told you about. And I'm so glad that you stayed with us this long. If you have, I'm sorry we kind of rambled a little bit. Well, we missed you guys.
We missed you.
We missed you guys so much that we had so much to share.
And I know I know who you are. You just skipped all the way to the end.
Go back.
Go back.
Go back.
Watch it.
But our giveaway is something that we've given away before. A huge supporter of the show, the
Channel.
is Black and White Fire Starters. And we'll put a link, hopefully it's on this side, right?
Or maybe on this side.
Maybe on this side, maybe wherever it comes like that. To our original video when we did the review on the Black and White Fire Starters, and we have grown to love this company. We use it. It's in every one of our bug out bags. We use it.
And when she says company, go to the Etsy store, Mr. Outdoorsy. He makes this at home.
It's a company. It's a skill, but it's a guy. Yeah, but it's all made right here in the U.S. We love supporting people like that. A kind of skilled labor that kind of goes into making it. But do you want to introduce what the giveaway is?
Well, let me start with this piece.
Okay.
This is
A new product, right?
a new product. Yeah, it's been out for a little bit, called the Sherpa. You get this thing burning and it does not go out. It is awesome. And then you use it to reach in and start your fire.
Well, it's kind of like a candle. you
It's
said.
kind of like a candle.
Okay.
Almost, I don't want to say a Roman candle, but this thing, it rocks.
goes.
When you get it going, it fizzles, it pops, and it burns and burns and burns and burns.
Yeah, because it's got like coating and stuff like that. It's more than just a stick of wood.
It's more than just a stick of wood. It may be fat wood or something, and
Yeah.
some other stuff he does with it. But this is his newest toy, the Sherpa. It's big. It's great. It works.
Gotta say the word girthy.
It has girth.
It's tremendous.
It's
And then on top of the Sherpa,
we're going to throw in.
the Black and White Fire Starter Kit. To say, and I don't know if he's got a specific name for this kit, but it does have directions. He puts these little things on the back of all of his little kits.
It's going to come with matches. The awesome Flint and Steel fire starting mix. Love this stuff.
He's got some other stuff in here that we've never tried out before. Y'all getting all kinds of cool stuff.
He's got the cotton balls that work great.
You got your Flint and Steel down there.
No, that's the Everstart match, everlasting match.
Everlasting match, that's what it is. And we got your cotton balls. These are way better than almost any of the stuff that we have tried doing on our own. These things are crazy good.
3 sparks.
Yeah.
3 sparks.
But you also got more fat wood in here. Like I said, it's a ton of stuff for your fire start, and they're nice and compact enough that these go great into a bug out bag. They really do. But also we use them on our camping trips. Like I said, if y'all don't win this, go by the Etsy store. This is a wonderful product, and it's not crazy expensive. He's not looking to become a millionaire off of this product. They are quality.
Sure would be nice though, so help him become a millionaire.
Yeah, definitely. But he's been a huge supporter of ours since
the beginning.
Since the beginning, and it's quality product. And so he's giving this.
You know, many people know how to do their own fat wood, know how to render this stuff, but sometimes you don't have the time to sit down and prep your own gear. His stuff is quality. His stuff. Look at the other video. I'm not a Flint and Steel master. Okay, I'm gonna say that up front. I use cigarette lighters. I use butane. I use
Anything else?
anything other than Flint and Steel. On the video, you can see one of these cotton balls gets hit by 3 sparks and starts.
Yeah.
This stuff makes me look like a Flint and Steel genius.
Master.
So
But anyways,
give it a shot. If you
how-
don't win it,
How are we
Check it
gonna
out.
how do people get to win this?
I think it should be skills related.
Skills related, okay. So what we're thinking possibly is to maybe in the comment below, you gotta like the video, and then you've got to comment down below, what is your skill, and how'd you get it?
What do you do to keep it up?
So just do those 3 things.
Yes.
So just so other people who may be interested in that skill, it may give them.
Let's throw one other thing. Put out where a person can learn it.
Yeah, well, where you learned it and where another person could possibly learn it.
Yeah.
Whether you were an apprentice or you went to a community college, you learned from YouTube, whatever it may be.
It's a valid place.
Exactly. It's called self-learning. You know, you go out there and train your own self and then you work on it. Whatever your skill is, down below, make sure you like. If you're not subscribed, do that too. You gotta be a subscriber. And then comment down below, what's your skill? How'd you learn it and how can somebody else learn it? That'd be great.
That'd be great.
Let's do that. And then we'll just randomly pick one of the commenters. And they get to win this really cool black and white fire starter kit. Like I said, you'll love it. And if you don't win, just go to the store, Etsy store, Mr. Outdoorsy, and get one of your own because they're awesome.
And if you don't love it, send it back.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. We buy these all the time. You'll have no idea.
I have given these out as gifts to friends.
Yes. Out of our, these are going to be like Christmas presents for preppers. And so,
there you go. All right, y'all.
I know
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, this is a really long video. Apologize for the length, but like I said, we missed you guys. And
We missed you.
We're hopefully gonna make up for it. But we'll see you back later this week. And we're gonna sign off because they're probably tired of listening to us. Get down there and comment.
Take care.
Subscribe, like, hit that bell. Oh.
Take care. Bye. We love you.